Hello and welcome to the second day of the Peachimari's tournament. My name is Rebel.
I'm CaptainK.
And we're going to go right ahead into the action, into our first map, which is going to be Ilios. But the teams that are going to be playing are... And we have a pause. Oh, probably some admin troubles, but it's all good. The two teams that are going to be playing is going to be Shattered Null versus Yatse Y. So, yeah, we're going to start to here. We're going to see what the heroes are going to play. I'm assuming since we're on Lighthouse first, we might see a little bit of that Ryan Zarya. I mean, we saw it a lot yesterday. So, yeah, what are you thinking, Captain?
I definitely think Ryan Zarya is going to be pretty popular. I think overall, just the combination of the two heroes gives you some pretty strong early control coming into this control point.
Ready for battle.
No, but it looks like we are actually going to see a little bit of dive going on from both sides of the team. On the other side of a Shattered Null, they're going to be playing that Winston Diva with the Doomfist and Pharah. I actually like this a lot because Doomfist, I mean, the only map that he's really, viable right now is Ilios, and this is a good map to do it on. So,
yeah, actually pretty interesting comps overall. Just kind of in your support choices where it looks like you kind of have a Yatse looking for more of a spread healing, the Lucio to keep things, whereas honestly it looks like you see Shattered Null going for, you see the Pharah with the Pocket Mercy starting off right away.
Oh, and Helixsnake goes down immediately. What an excellent anti, and we
have a pause.
Have a pause? Oh. I think we're good now. But yeah, but Helixsnake is going to fall down first. That is not good for Shattered Null. That looks like that Yatse is going to be able just to sort of battle it out in this room a little bit. More picks coming out from both sides. And Shattered Null actually look like they're about to win the fight. They have more picks right now, but Yatse's going to take the point. Shattered Null is going to try and contest it. You see Blue just really trying to do some damage over here on the Winston. Gets taken out. Gets one. He gets two. And it looks like Shattered is going to be...
It's an absolutely huge fight for them. I mean, it looked like they were scrambling at first, but I mean, they lost Mercy early in and still just controlled the fight. Can't.
Having these random pauses.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's okay. But yeah, right now they're sort of just kind of playing around here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to manage. It's almost like they're just trying to lock them out.
Yeah. Let's see a little bit of poke coming out from both sides. Shattered is going to have the ult advantage here, while Blue is going to dive in onto this McCree. He gets the nano. He takes out two.
My Lord.
Oh, that's huge, man. This guy's looking like a beast so far on this Winston. Helixsnake following up on the Ana pick. And they're just going to be able to push forward and still keep in control of the point. And look at the amount of ultimates that they have.
Yeah, I mean, we see a couple ultimates on the side of Yatse also. So, I mean, they have the same Nano Winston that we just saw come out. So we could see them try to use it to make a push back in. But at this point, they're looking pretty well locked out. This percentage timer's just ticking down. Yatse have to figure out a way back in.
They do, and I mean, the way that they're going to need to initiate here is with that Nano Winston, and I think that's what they should do. Oh, but he gets slept, and Helix does fall first. That's not good for Shatter, but they are able to take out the McCree. He gets the res, FOSO, using the Primal, and man, everything's just happening all at once. Ults are going left and right. There's still, Shatter still being able to hold on to the point just for now. The Diva is going to get demech'd on the side of Yatse. However, Monger coming in, picking off that Lucio. And it looks like that Shattered is going to still be able to hold this point, and only 15% left for them to go on to the next part of the map.
So what I think happened there is you actually saw in the feed that I think FOSO actually went off the back of the point, and I don't think he was rammed off. I think he mistimed his jump and actually went off the back of the lighthouse.
Oh, Perro falls! Oh, that's not good. It's 99-0. The bomb is going to come in from Yatse. Does find the Doomfist. They're going to see the Echo pick onto the Diva. This is where everything they need to put in now. Monger trying to put in some poke damage from the side on the Pharah. Not finding too much success yet. We are going to see the ultimate come out from Preet. Nothing found yet. The Remax is going to come and fall through. Does not find anything. Hyper gets the pick on a Yatse. And man, it's still looking so good.
My God.
Oh man. Oh, this is excellent. And we're going to see Manga here. If they try to contest, we do see the beat out from Plucky. Everything's just happening all at once. Yatse desperately trying to hold on to this point, trying to pull through, but it looks like that it is not going to happen, as there's just so much damage and so many people on the point for Shattered, able to take this map. We're able to take this round.
Honestly, I think one of the key points in that round came down to actually in that last few seconds. You saw that Yatse's Reaper was looking like he was going to be able to pick up onto their support, being able to kill Jaynario, but the Star just barely got the nano off on Helix, and he just straight up just punched him straight away from Jaynario. It was almost just like saying, "Get off my support," you know.
Exactly. But now we are going to be on Ruins, so we are going to see Helix go for the Widowmaker, and I like this, honestly. This is a good, very good Widow map if you can have the mechanical skill to do so. And so far, he's looked pretty good on the Doomfist. Maybe we get to see how well he does on the hit scan.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows a good Widow can make a world of difference. He's already landing a couple poke shots.
Isn't able to find anything yet. That is okay. We are going to see Monger with the Farm Mercy once again, and I do like this because the other opposing team doesn't have a hit scan to really take out this Pharah, who's been a huge threat. They do have the D.Va just to be able to contest him just for a little bit, but right now, a little bit of a stalemate.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think sticking with the same composition, just barely a swap from the side of Shattered, but
we are going to see a pick on both sides. The Ana is going to go down, and the Mercy. That is both of their support line, and I think this is going to go to the way of Yatse. And yes, it is. They're going to be able to cap up. They're going to Shattered backing up a little bit, but I mean,
good to see Yatse. Sorry, it's good to see Yatse almost bounce back. 'Cause I mean, honestly, that first point looked very in control from Shattered. It didn't look like Yatse could put up much of a fight at all.
Oh, 100% agreed. And I mean, right now, they're just kind of chilling here, building up that nano. I think Nano Monkey or Nano Echo is what they're going to need to just continue to hold control of the point. Pharah is going to be able to do some damage onto the Reaper. He's going to have to rate the way just to be able to get healed up. He's almost on the barrage, so if he can get the last couple of shots right here, he's probably going to be able to initiate with this ultimate and do some heavy damage.
Yeah, I mean, we see Hyper's ult's up, Monger's ult. They have the Nano available. Like, they're gonna bust back in. I think here, yeah, there's the Nano going out.
We are gonna see the
sides.
Nano Winston self-destruct coming out. Oh, Hyper!
Oh, what a huge!
Oh, that's huge from Hyper. Looks like Shatter's gonna be able to push in, get the damage out to the opposing tank, and try to do what they did. However, Perro does copy the Winston. I think he was trying to contest as long as he can on this point. Get as much ult charge as possible.
It's actually paying off really well. I mean, just the ulted Winston actually could stall out quite a bit.
Yeah, but an excellent push. I mean, it is 69-0, but that was a huge bomb from Hyper to be able to initiate that fight and get them the
absolutely crucial.
And
do have
pause?
A pause.
We do have a pause. Oh, I think might have just been a ping issue. Oh, Perro accidentally left the game. Oh, it's a disconnect. Oh, that's not good. Yeah,
I mean,
no. Yeah, go ahead.
Right now, this has actually been a more back and forth round than we saw from the last one. It seemed like in that last round, Shattered honestly just locked out the point and boxed out Yatse, and it was impossible to break back in. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. But like they've been relying on like this Nano Winston to be able to push him in from Shattered, and I mean it's been working. He was able to do a lot of damage, but Hyper came in with the D.Va, was able to get such a massive bomb to be able to take control of the point. And now, I mean, they almost have 3 ultimates. They almost have the Deadeye. They have the Barrage still holding on their pocket. They have Primal. It's still looking good for them. I will say on the side of Yatse, they have the Winston and the beat. The Lucio beat can be very clutch, especially against either the Deadeye and yeah. No, but they're going to have the Primal and the beat, which is going to be great to be able to hold on to the point just for a little bit longer. And honestly, they could use the beat to initiate.
Oh, yeah. That beat could honestly be huge. I mean, you see the primal beat combo. Honestly, the only thing they're gonna have to be worried about is you see Shattered does have the primal and they have the ult coming out from Pharah. Like this is just if the beat gets timed wrong and you see the shields like almost wear off, they could counter push this really hard. Hopefully Shattered could try to push back the initiation from FOSO and Plucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, just so far, both teams is on both rounds have had like good map control, good point control. They've been able to regroup, get their thoughts together, and actually play as a team, which is very, very awesome to see. And I mean, both the comps, they fit well. You see the more traditional dive with the Mercy and the Ana from Shattered. I mean, but you also see the Lucio Ana, which can be very good because you can have that Lucio just speed your monkey around, speed your diva around, and just be able to instantly jump onto a target and be able to capitalize on that.
I agree, and I mean, I think what is coming out is you see Helix switch back onto the McCree. I feel like the Widowmaker was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna feel this out. I'm gonna see if I can get some early picks, just kind of see what happens. And I don't think it worked out for him because they saw, honestly, Yatse just flooded the point and got it from him. I don't feel like he could put up enough pressure with the Widowmaker.
Yes, and it looks like that they are coming back. Pero is gonna be able to come back into the game. And that's huge. He's going to stay right back on that Echo. And, yep. They are pushed up just a little bit, so that's good to see. You don't want to necessarily always hold on to the point, because then if you get picked off, then that's just kind of it. But actually, we are going to see Pre switch off of the McCree and go to the Pharah. So they're going to have a lot of people in the air for this. So we're going to really rely... but Shattered's really going to need to rely on Helix and Hyper to be able to control the skies with the hit scan and the diva.
Here comes the beat. I mean, they're just in.
They're just in, and an anti goes onto both of the tanks on the side of Shattered. And Helix does take out the Echo. However, the Nano is going to be committed onto the Lucio. Oh, was that a mistake? I mean, I don't know if this was intentional or not, and they might have put it on meant to put it onto the Winston. But hey, they took the point, so I guess it all worked out in the end.
I mean, overall, I think Shattered just decided to back off. You could see their ultimates, like they're ready for a counter push, but it has to be soon.
Yes, 100% agreed. And we are going to see a little bit of his poke damage come out from Monger. He's been holding on to that barrage all around, and he's going to have to use it now. As long as they can get that Diva demeched, I think they're going to have to find their opportunity. They're going to nano the monkey just to be able to initiate, do a lot of damage. The bomb is going to come up from Yatsu and Hyper. Hyper finds one on Yatse. Oh, that's huge. We are going to see the Deadeye come out. The Primals coming up from FOSO. Ultra coming less than white. Helix finds two. Oh man, they're going to be able to probably take control of the point here. And that is going to be a team kill.
That's a full team kill coming out from Shattered. I think it's really interesting that even in such a situation where if they lose that fight, they've lost the round, and Monger's still holding that barrage.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like they're just saying, hey, let's wait and use it when we know we can just use it and just win.
Yeah, I definitely think it's kind of going to come out almost like a trump card.
Yeah, honestly. However, we are going to see Blue take out Pero from the skies, and man, that's going to be a huge pick. You don't have that Echo there just to deal that massive amount of damage on your tank and build up that copy, which you so desperately need. However, the Pharah is going to pick off the Lucio, and the other Pharah is going to be picking off Monger. And so, yeah, we're going to see the res come out.
There's the barrage.
Oh, that's huge. We're going to see the Primal come out from Blue. He gets slept mid, though. He gets waken up, and he is going to try and dive in. Finds Diana. Looks like he's going to try to take out this monkey. Is doing a lot of damage. The Lucio there on the point to be able to contest. It is 97-99, and man, it looks like that Shattered is going to be able to take Ilios right here, right now.
I honestly think it's crazy that I'm not sure if it's a mechanical difference or what's happening between the teams, but Yatse constantly looks in control in the early rounds of the early parts of these fights, and then Shattered just claws it back. Like you see, just pick after pick come back, and suddenly Shattered wins the map when Yatse's counter engage.
I mean, yeah, this is
perfect.
It totally. In this play right here, where he got the 3K. I mean, this kind of gave them some momentum that they needed to be able to take this first map, especially since they were at 50%. Yeah, they were on 50%, and so that bomb was be able to kill out the people on point. They're able to take in and like just give them some momentum that they really needed just to be able to take ruins there. So, I mean, it was a very good map on the side of Shattered. We did see Yatse did come back here and there, but so far it looks like Shattered's being more of the dominant team at the moment.
I think so as well. I mean, they take the first map. I think that it could be their composure holding up better almost. Yatse, honestly, like I said, they were in full control of the early parts of almost every fight. Like even the fight we're seeing in the replay right now, I mean they pick 3 people and then suddenly the fight still turns back into favor for Shattered. And I just can't see what's going wrong.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. However, our next map is going to be an assault map. It's going to be either between Hanamura or Temple of Anubis. And I mean, both these teams have been playing these Pharah comps, so I wouldn't be surprised if one of them picks Temple of Anubis, just because that's just a very good Pharah map. You're going to be able to poke from other sides. And Helix, I mean, I know Shattered isn't going to be the one picking the map, but if they do go to Anubis, he's going to be able to stay on that hit scan or back on that Widowmaker.
I'll honestly be curious to see the map selection here. I mean, so far we've seen both of the DPS players step up pretty hard, and we are seeing it's going to be Anubis coming out for the second map.
Yes. We are also going to have some switches. We are going to have Akali come in from Monger. So it's very interesting. We haven't seen Akali play yet. I mean, he's going to be taking over on that flex DPS role. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with him.
I definitely think it's interesting to see a player swap come out. I mean, even in the event that they won the first match, I mean, off of a pretty large comeback, in my opinion, too. So I'm kind of curious what they're thinking with a roster switch, even after finding success.
I mean, yeah. I mean, some thinking could be, hey, we won the first map. We can put them in just to see if it works. If we win that map too, then, you know, just kind of integrating them into the team, since both these teams are still fairly new. But I would like to see Yatse try and step it up as well on this map, because I see the potential in there. They were playing some decent comps. They just weren't able to capitalize on some of the kills that they were getting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Yatse, like I said, in the early execution of their fights looked great. They seemed like their synergy was there as a team, but something just wasn't clicking. And hopefully they'll be able to bring that back and show us in map 2 that they are a team that can cause trouble, that they'll be able to contest Shattered Null and hopefully give us a good series.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. But I mean, yeah, it looks like both teams have put the R's in the chat, and we are going to be going into the map. And since it is Temple of Anubis, I wouldn't be surprised if we managed to see that dive comp again. I mean, it worked well for Shattered, so you know, hopefully that's kind of what we're seeing again, because it worked very well for them.
So, and I'm just curious, I did see the hover right toward the beginning of the map, and it'll be really interesting to see if one of the reasons I was thinking for this switch is maybe Akali plays a hero that they were wanting to hold for Anubis. So that could be the swap, is maybe Akali has a pocket pick that maybe Monger can't play as well, because I mean, yeah, we're going to see the Ashe coming out from Akali. Maybe this is something they could be holding for this map.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, they are going to be defending first, so having that Ashe is going to be very nice, because I mean, this is a very good Ashe map. If you have that Mercy pocket, I mean, you know, can do a ton of damage, especially damage boosted Dynamite just does so much. So, but
I think they're going to be able to box, especially with the damage boosted Dynamite. I mean, they'll be able to chip out these support players and just honestly make Yatse unable to get in.
Exactly. And on the side of the attackers, we are going to see the dive again, but with the Mercy Moira support line. I wonder what their thinking is for that. Build up Coalescence really fast and be able to push in. Because if so, that could work out pretty well, since they are going to be playing double shield. OJ does take a lot of damage right at the beginning, and I mean, that's some good ult charge for Pri. But Anti's going to come out on a Yatse. The Winston's going to jump in, take a lot of damage, and Akali is going to be able to take the first pick onto the Tracer. I mean, I can see why they put him in. He's already got the first pick. Helix is going to fall.
Oh, and there is that damage boosted dynamite you were talking about. Akali finds the pick on a Mercy with it.
Oh man. And he just, speaking of which, he just did 3 direct shots to the Pharah. Didn't manage to kill her, didn't have the pocket. But we can see why they subbed him in for this map. Having that hit scan is going to be so viable for them to be able to hold it here, especially with this double shield bunker.
Oh yeah, I mean, their defense up front is doing great, but it looks like Akali's like a one-man army here. He's just keeping their entire team locked out.
Exactly. We are going to see Yatse get D-Mech. He's almost going to have his mech back, and yep, there it is. So I was curious in case they were going to try and go for a sneaky remech kill, which might not be the play here, especially if you're attacking. We're going to see FOSO jump in, take a lot of damage. Oh, he's at like 4 HP. He's managed to get healed up. Oh, Star's down. That's 1 pick. However, they are going to be able to follow up onto DPS. The damage boost with Fire Strike is going to come out. We are going to see the bout come out from Jay. And man, it looks like that Shattered defense is going to be able to hold here. The bomb onto the point right as Akali falls, just to make sure that they have a 6th man on the point.
I mean, honestly, I'm not seeing any errors in Shattered's execution here. I mean, they've had people break past the defense. You saw Perro go for that opening flank on Tracer that got shut down immediately. Like, Shattered is just holding up time and time again. It's like they're a wall you just can't tear down.
Exactly. Plus, they almost have Supercharger. They almost have Flux. They have Nano at the moment. They do a lot. We are going to see the switch onto the Rein Zarya. So, a couple of ults on their side. They actually have the ult advantage at the moment, because they have 2, but we are going to see the Flux out from the pull. The Coalescence is going to be there, along with the Valk. They're putting both supports out. However, their main tank is going to fall, and that is going to be 4 picks from the side of Shattered. And Akali is going to fall, but not for long, as it's just Pluck with the Valk trying to get away before he gets taken down.
I mean, you could see Yatse try to jump in and be like, okay, this is our time to pull the trigger, and then Shattered was just kind of like, we're just going to use this Flux and just turn the fight right back to us.
Exactly. And we're going to see Helix go for this. Just hold this high ground right here, just a little sneaky angle.
60 seconds.
Because he does have it. Oh, that's going to be a catastrophe. They are going to push around from the right room. Doofus is going to be able to do a lot here. He is taking in a lot of damage. Hyper gets the pick onto the Baptiste. I do like the switch to Bap here, just because you can have that immortality here, especially for like Flux and stuff like that. And they are able to manage to get 2 picks, and that is 3. Looks like Yatse is finally getting to get the momentum that they need to take this point. Oh, Yatsecua taking a lot of damage, is going to be able to fall to the hands of the Orisa, and it could be any's game at this point. Akali takes out the Mercy with the damage boosted, not the damage boost, just the dynamite. Mercy falls, is on either side, and we are going to see Yatse. Looks like they're finally able to take this point with 15 seconds left.
I mean, it was just an absolute nail biter here. I mean, Yatse tried so hard to break through. They get the 1 fight they need, and it looks like the point's going to go their way. It's like Shattered just concedes and gives up the first objective.
Exactly, and I mean, they are actually going to have quite a few ults for this. If you look at their ults, they're going to almost have the Grav, almost have the Barrage, Shatter, and they have Valk to push into it as well. So, yeah.
This could be scary for Shattered Null. They don't have a lot of ultimates coming up soon. I mean, if Yatse pulls the trigger fast enough, we could see this map close out pretty quick.
100% agree. However, the BAP is going to fall. Looks like they are going to be able to get the Res. And there is the damage boost that Fire Strike I was talking about. Akali, man, this man is a menace on the Ashe at the moment. Just doing so good, putting out so much damage, and I definitely see why they subbed him in for here.
Thank you, Angela. I'll make quick work of that.
Yes, Akali able to get the pick onto the Reaper. Man, that's going to be huge coming in, because that's another stagger that they're going to have to hold on to.
I mean, you see Yatse here, they're holding 4 ults, but at this point they just need to pull the trigger and go. They're giving Null too much time.
Exactly. However, they are going to have the Shatter and the Grab. They have a lot of ults here. I wonder if they're just going to do the 2CP thing. That is Helix down. That is their Doomfist. I mean, yes, it's a good pick. However, the Doomfist is one of those heroes that can get back to the point quick. They are gonna see that the Pharah is gonna in just a little bit. There it is. He finds the Ana pick. They're gonna try and res. Akali is gonna be able to take it down. Bob goes on to the point. Grab is gonna come out from the side of Yatse. The ult's coming out. Akali finds one with Bob. That's a fantastic pick. It's gonna be a res supercharger, and man, everybody's just putting everything into this fight. They still have the Shattered, and man, Shattered coming back. Both tanks able to get picks and hold on to this point just for that little bit longer.
Honestly, Hyper came up huge in that fight.
100% agree. This man so far in the Sigma has been fantastic so far.
The Sigma from in the beginning of Ilios, the D.Va, I mean, overall, just his contribution to Shattered's hold alone has been incredible.
It's crazy. I mean, they're playing this double shield combo really well right now. I mean, we are going to see ult-wise, though, Helix with the Meteor Strike, so I wonder if he's going to try and jump in, maybe do some damage and just be able to get out with it. Oh,
I'm thinking he's probably going to try to hold it here and see if he just can't use it to slow him down. I mean, they're running on 15 seconds.
I mean, this man's just scouting out right now. And there's the thing that they needed. The Safari is currently separated from the Mercy. And there it is, the Fire Strike again. The Shatter isn't able to connect with anything. Oh, that's huge. Meteor Strike coming in, dealing a lot of damage. Inward's going to come out to be able to save him. Yatsuke taking out the pick. However, the res is going to come out. This could still be on either side. All of the team from Yatse is very low. Akali coming in, taking the Dynamite onto the Baptiste. The Reinhardt sitting so low at 10 HP. All they need to do is be able to ult here and hold it out. It does not look like at the moment that Yatse is going to be able to get even a tick on this point.
I mean, they're still trying to contest. It looks like they're able to find some foothold, but...
Oh, but Hyper, he clutches it up. As we were saying earlier, this man Sigma has been on fire so far, and I'm loving it.
I mean, it was just absolutely played to perfection, about as well as it could be this round. Every single flux he did seemed to impact the round in such a huge way.
Initiating match.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been having so much impact. It's amazing. I wonder if we're gonna see the double shield get on the from Yatse, because it worked for Shattered, and I mean, it's a great thing to use on especially 2CP and Temple of Anubis, and just be able to hold down those defensive angles and defensive points and have the utility to just stay alive. And yeah, I was right. We are going to see the Torb come out. Oh man, I love me some Torbjorn. So hopefully you can see some great Torbjorn play from Pero. So it's going to be really interesting to see. We are going to see, looks like we are going to see this rush where they're going to have the Lucio Moira, Winston D.Va, and the Sombra. I do like the Sombra out from Akali because he can just go and get the hacks, crucial hacks that they need and be able to capitalize on it. The other way that this comp can work is they can build up coalescence really fast and be able to rush it out of the point.
I agree. I mean, you see the coalescence from Moira could be huge. I mean, even if Akali can drop a huge EMP here toward the middle of a fight, I mean, it'll give Shattered exactly the edge they need to get onto this point early.
Exactly. Speaking of which, he's going to be scouting out, going to go behind them. I think he's going to try and help hack the Mega in here. Or not. Alright. He's sitting. Hacks. Oh, fails to hack on the Mercy. That's unfortunate. However, poke coming out from both sides. The D.Va is going to push in on Hyper. Hyper is going to get demeched, and that is very unfortunate.
Yeah, they just go diving in here. I mean, they did not waste a second.
Exactly. And I mean, this is just great coming out from both of them. And the Star is going to find the pick onto Yatsecua. That's another pick onto the Mercy. And I mean, this is their point to win right now. They just have the damage and the numbers to be able to push in here. Baptiste's going to fall, and Torb is going to get one pick onto the Doomfist. However, I don't think that it's going to be enough. And man, that was a very fast push. They took them a second to be able to get in there, but they're going to have a ton of time. They have 5 minutes and 50 seconds.
I mean, almost 6 whole minutes to take this point back. It's honestly insane.
It's crazy. Oh wait, they noticed the the Sombra. She got detected, but they just didn't do anything about it. I mean, he's very close to this EMP at 70%. I mean, if they're able to push in with that, that's going to be huge.
I think
However,
the big thing that could be scary is you see Jay is at 90% on this Coalescence.
Exactly, and that's going to be 100% here in 1 second. However, we are going to see a molten core probably be played here in a second once they try to push in. I mean, that's just the smartest thing to do. I do like this Frobjorn play so far. Just being able to... doesn't make the turret on there, but that's okay. It's great because you can be able to detect where the Sombra is going to be and, you know, be able to capitalize it and say, hey, the Sombra is going to be here along with the Doomfist. So far, the multi-core is coming out. We're going to see a lot of ultimates come out just to be able to hold on for a little bit longer. Man, I think that was 3 ultimates invested there. We had the window, the multi-core, and the barrage. But hey, it worked.
I definitely think it was a great play. I mean, overall, they committed a lot of ultimates, but it held the point. They barely touched the ground.
Yeah, I 100% agree. However, if you look on the other team, though, they almost have all of their ultimates. And I mean, one EMP bomb could just end it here.
I mean, they're grouped up perfectly for that EMP to just hack their whole team. Like,
exactly. He's
here it
behind
comes,
them.
dude. He's sneaking in.
There
There
it
it goes. He
We're
hacks
gonna see the
5.
Oh, it's a huge EMP. We're going to see the bomb come out along with the Coalescence. Only finds the utility items, is able to take down everything else. He's staying in the baby form for now, trying to get the remake kill onto Baptiste. And man, there's just a lot of ultimates coming out at once. They save them up. They pushed it in with the snowball. They are able to get the res onto the Pharah. Pharah is going to come out, but he's going to get hacked. And man, this Diva's trying the best he can to take out this Pharah. However, I don't think it's going to be enough. The Wrecking Ball is going to be able to come onto the point. And man, it's just looking so clean for Shattered to be able to take this point right now. Yatse doing whatever they can to be able to touch the point. Yatse coming in with the flux, gets 3 in the air, isn't able to do enough, slams him down. However, it's not enough as Shattered is gonna take map 2 here on Temple of Anubis.
Victory.
Honestly, the execution on that final fight was perfect from Shattered. Akali gets that incredible EMP, hacks 5 of the 6 members. Only Baptiste could do anything.
It was insane, and man, we are gonna see the hyper play here. I mean, we were talking about him earlier. His so far his role on this off tank has been phenomenal. Yeah, we talk about Akali and his impact on the Ashe and the hit scan, but Hyper's just been so clean with the Sigma, with the Diva. He's been able to get great bombs and great fluxes and great uses out of these tanks so far.
I mean, overall, I know that we'll pick an EMP or an MVP at the end of the series, but I mean, so far Hyper's that front runner for Shattered for me. I mean, the guy's had such a huge impact in both matches.
He's just looking so good right now, and I mean, why not? We are going to go... Yes, and we are going to be going to a 5-minute break here, so stick around. Holly.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, like, exactly. Those two. Damn. And as for the enemy team, I haven't seen really much of them to really...
Maybe Pre on the Pharah, he's done well, but I think Shattered's going to win, so I'm hopefully not going to have to rely.
Apparently.
Welcome back to the Peachimari's tournament, where our current game is Shattered Null versus Yatse Y. Shattered Null is currently up 2-0 in a very convincing argument right now for them to take the final map here on King's Row. And so far, they won the two maps that have been played has been Ilios, where Shattered Null took that 2-0, and Temple of Anubis, where they took that, I believe, 2-1. And so far, I mean, they've just been showing a lot of dominance so far. Not really too much on the side of Yatse, other than just maybe some of the DPS stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Shattered showing just a huge argument for how dominant they are in this series so far. But we have seen flashes of that synergy from Yatse that they're going to need to pull out to even take a third game.
I 100% agree. And I mean, if we look now, so far, we are going to see... Yeah, we're going to see the Nanoblade. Helix is going to be on the Genji, while Monger is back on the Pharah. Yes, we did have a swap earlier. Monger is going to be going back in from Akali. And I mean, something we were talking about was Akali coming in for that niche pick.
I definitely think it's interesting that we haven't seen the Genji out of Helix so far. I mean, this is by far one of his most played heroes in the game. And it looks like he's really just been kind of forced onto these picks that it doesn't seem like he's as comfortable with.
However, Pyro was on the Widowmaker just there for a second, try to get some damage out, try to get an early pick. Is managing to switch over to the McCree. I mean, this makes sense. You have the farmers to deal with. You're going to want that hit scan pressure. But I'm kind of intrigued by the support comp from Yatse. We're going to see... Oh, there it is. We're on the Lucio. I was about to say, we had the Zen and the Ana. I'm like, Zen works, I guess, but you really want that Lucio to be able to speed that Reinhardt across the map. And oh, Pyro falls so low.
Overall, I think both teams are running pretty decent compositions right now. I definitely think it would have been interesting to see the Zen.
Oh, but Helix takes out 2 right at the beginning. It manages to go down to 1 HP, but Blue is going to be able to follow it up with a 3K. And man, they almost already have a lot of ults. They almost have Shatter, Bomb, Barrage, and they already have the Nano to push in. Their defense so far has just been so clean to be able to hold out.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shattered just shows that they're so put together on defense, it's even hard for Yatse to break down this wall.
Yes, I 100% agree. But however, that is a very good anti from Lain. He is going to nano the Reinhardt, be able to push in. That's going to be a lot of space created by this nano Rein. And I mean, I think they're going to have to nano their Rein in return to be able to do anything. The Shatter comes out, finds a couple. The bomb is going to be able to throw it on the point. Hyper finds 2. Man, this man has been so good on the Diva today. His bombs have been so good. And just being able to clear out the point, especially on Helios. And here, man, what a player.
I think we saw flashes of what I feel like Yatse needs to be doing there, where it was like, I almost feel like they take too much time to get going, whereas in this time, they just nanoed, they pulled the trigger, they went in, you know, they got a quarter of the point, so hopefully we can see them continue.
As you say that, Yatsecua takes out 2, however, Monger in the back line doing that damage on the far, able to take out the Ana. But I think this is just going to be their point here. They're finally getting that momentum that they desperately needed. I mean, I think this is what they need to play. They need to play this Rein Zarya Lucio. Just immediately rush on, have Yatse play the Rein, and just be able to make as much space as possible.
I 100% agree with you. I just think that them being able to hit the button and go is working so well for them.
I 100% agree. And I mean, that's what that comp needs. You need that Lucio. Speed them and said, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. We are going to see probably a battle of the Reinhardts here, as almost Yatse has a Shatter up, but we are going to see Blue have a Shatter up as well. So I will not be surprised if we see a little bit of some mind games here.
I'm about to say, you can kind of tell that they're waiting for the Shatter. Like, both teams are nervous.
His barrier did go down, but he didn't use the Shatter. He has the opportunity from Blue. I don't know why he hasn't done it yet.
I mean, we see Perro get below the Deadeye and just get absolutely nothing out of it.
Huh. Hyper is going to throw out the bomb again, but I think it was just mostly just to get that remark in. We are going to see the Nano Blade come out the beat, and he gets shattered. Oh, Helix comes out. What a huge play from Yatse and PluckyAlloy to be able to keep their team alive away from that Nano Genji. And they're just going to be able to keep on trucking forward. But something I saw earlier, Blue had the opportunity to get a huge shatter, but he couldn't take it. Curious as to what their thinking is.
I'm almost wondering if Shattered isn't starting to get a little rattled. I mean, the first 2 maps went so dominantly, but it looks like Yatse's just a force that they can't stop this game.
I 100% agree, and I mean, they have 4 minutes. Granted, it's also King's Row, and the second point basically acts like a 2 CP defense, where it's very hard to fully cap. But granted, 4 minutes just might be the amount of time that they need. Oh, but the 5-man Shatter! Actually, I think it was a 4-man, doesn't matter, but it's huge. They're going to be able to push in onto that. And I mean, that's what I was talking about. They were looking for that opportunity. He had it earlier, but now is the good time. Now they can recollect their thoughts and be able just to hold on for that little bit longer.
So I think it's almost like Blue heard you and was like, don't worry, man. Like, I'm waiting. I have the Shatter. I know what I'm doing. Just give me a second. Like,
yeah, I totally agree. But I mean, yeah, now they're going to be able to get some footing here. The nade is going to come out. Doesn't find anyone. Deadeye. Forcing a Shatter to push back. Don't know if it'll find anything, but it finds 3! Perro, my guy! Oh man, that was a fantastic Deadeye. This is what they need to be able to push in here. They still have the Nano and the Dragons to be able to do something on this offense. And I mean, this is not looking good for Shatter. This is looking fantastic for Yatse. This is what they need.
I mean, they're just looking so much more put together, and you almost have to wonder, maybe somebody else took over the comms, or maybe they're just clicking for this third game.
Exactly, but however, that's a huge Bionade coming out. The bomb is going to be able to come out from Hyper.
Oh, huge.
We've been saying it all night. This man has been so clutch, but Monger finds 3 on the Pharah. Just everybody, Monger and Hyper have been so good so far. His Pharah has been fantastic. His D.Va's been great. Hyper's D.Va's been nuts. But still, someone I want to talk about is Pero. That was a very clutch Deadeye earlier to get them the amount of space that they have. I mean, they're almost 3/4 of the way to finally capping. They still have 2 minutes left.
I swear, I mean, it's like these players are almost like, it's almost like they can hear us.
Exactly. We are going to see the Nano onto the Reinhardt, and a Dragon's taking out the Genji. And I mean, they've been relying on this Nano Blade. They've been holding it in their pocket. Shattered comes out from, oh my god. That's ridiculous. Monger finds a 3K on the Pharah, and I mean, almost everybody's dead, but it still might be enough. They have the Nano Blade here. They have the Mercy Pocket. If they're going to do something now, they're going to have to do it now. However, there's going to be the grab to be able to hold on to this Nano Genji in case that's what they want to do with it.
I honestly think Pero has this Deadeye in the pocket again. He's been so clutch with it before. I mean, maybe he gets a third huge Deadeye.
See the anti come out, a lot of damage being put down, and I mean, you can just see that Helix is like, all right, well, when can I go in? When can I go do the slash and dash? But
yeah, he's dancing. He's waiting for it.
He's waiting for it. However, you're going to see Lasted very close to another Nano as well. Pero finds Monger. Here comes the Nano Blade. Once white. Oh, but the beat comes out. The grab as well. He's not going to be able to find anything with the blade. And my god, that is a fantastic beat from PluckyAlloy. He's been saving it for these Nano Blades. It's been huge. However, Helix is going to put a pick onto the Lucio. And FOSO finding another. Finding 2, and the tank line has just been so strong right now. The Nano's going to go onto the Reinhardt, and it looks like they're going to be able to cap with time left. Monger doesn't touch.
It was just incredible. We're seeing a completely different Yatse than we've seen in the last 2 games. The synergy between them so far has just been incredible. I mean, it's like they just decided, all right, we're just going to hit the button and go every single time, and it's just working for them.
I 100% agree. Something I noticed on the side of Shatter, and I said it earlier, but they're relying on this Nano Blade. They need to be using it sooner because they know there's the Lucio beat just to be able to cancel it, and grab and other ultimates and other healing abilities just hasn't been able to get any effect whatsoever. I wonder if they're going to try to change something up here on this offense or play for the Nano Blade again and just get a team wipe.
Ready for battle.
So far, though, doesn't look like it. We are going to see Helix on that Doomfist again. I mean, we've seen it earlier today. It's been pretty good. But when you have Pero on that McCree to be able just to stun him and just put constant pressure on him, I wonder how well it's going to work.
I think it's just going to come down to, like you said, how well Pero can pressure them, how well Yatse respond as a group to the pressure that Doomfist is putting down. Because, I mean, you saw how well they responded to Helix's Nano Blade. I mean, the second they heard it go out, the entire team collapsed on him.
Exactly. And I mean, that was fantastic. You probably I'm sure somebody in the comms was like, oh my god, Nano Blade, go, 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 beat, let's kill him. Yes, we're going to see a lot of damage already go immediately onto Helix. See him sort of scouting out on top on this Doomfist. He's not going to get the healing as he's spamming the button. That's actually kind of funny. Finally, he gets the break pack, but I mean, yeah, we're going to see a little just of a poke game now, trying to get maybe an early pick, or maybe like a lot of damage or a huge anti to be able to push them back. Oh, but that might be what we need. Yatse's barrier is going to go down, so the DPS will be able to do something. I take that back, though, as we are going to see some trades coming out from both sides. 1 falling down from Shattered, 2 falling down, and man, I think this is just going to be point A right here. I mean, we saw their defense was a little weak, but my god, their offense is really strong so far.
I mean, Yatse absolutely just fell apart there. One thing I'd like to comment though is Jay on this aggressive Brigitte support has proven off to just being a huge synergy. He managed to land the kill there on Yatse by himself.
Exactly, and I think that's probably a good thing for now. I mean, I haven't really seen them play too much Lucio yet, so I wonder if they're like, you know, maybe we can play the slower brawl comp, get the Brig, be able to just play up on the front lines a little bit. As I say that, the Rhine is gonna fall, and we're getting very close to longer having that dragon. But as I say that, Preet is gonna come out with his dragon, be able to split up the team. Speaking of which, the Brig is gonna be put out to the side and is gonna collapse to Preet. This is very good. He's been very good on this Hanzo so far, just on this point.
I mean, right now, we're just kind of looking at them dancing back and forth, kind of trading abilities, but I mean, things are about to get dangerous. There's the surge.
Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be huge.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's massive. It's a team kill. What a fantastic grab from Hyper. What a fantastic dragon from Monger. And man, that's exactly what they needed. I could see it coming out. They're like, hey, Lucio hasn't used beat yet. I don't know if he has it. Grab, dragon, go in, go now. What a fantastic team play.
Yeah, I mean, you even saw the amp wall too come out from Star, which was just such a huge thing. That was like a near instantaneous team kill.
Exactly. I mean, it's all you need if you're stuck in that choke point. I mean, that's something I love seeing on King's Row, especially. Those grab dragons is so nice, especially if you have Hanzo to be able just to throw that damage down the choke. Because there's these very narrow chokes, and I mean, Hanzo is fantastic for doing that. But as I say that, we are going to see Pick come down. Blue is going to fall, and looks like it's going to be a regroup. Yes. Or soft reset, at least.
I definitely think Yatse's getting their feet down a little more, but I just don't know how they're going to be able to hold up to Shattered. I mean, their coordinated pushes, their coordinated ultimates have just seemed like it's too much for Yatse to handle.
I mean, I agree. We are going to see the rally come in from Shattered. I mean, this is what they need. The Deadeye is going to come out, Immort, put on Cart, just to be able to keep them alive from the Deadeye. Does a lot of damage, isn't able to find anything. Reinhardt is going to get slept. A lot of damage coming out. The Shattered going on to the opposing Ryan, and man, oh my god, look at the amount of ultimates coming out from the side of Yatse. They're finally putting in the defense that we've been wanting them to see.
Yeah, I mean, right there is exactly what we should have been seeing the entire round. I mean, that grab into the dragons, they just absolutely shut down that push from Shattered.
However, speaking of which, they are very close to another grab Shattered, and they just used beat. I bet they're thinking, hey, there's no Lucio ultimate, there's no other defensive ultimate. I say that, and the Brig gets picked off by Frida. But he, if they can build up this grab dragon, they can definitely take this point again. And that's so far looking like their win condition that they're playing for, and I mean, it's working.
Yeah, I mean, you see the grab they have the grab shatter, they're about to have dragons, like,
oh,
the dragons in the amp wall again.
I mean, yeah, that's probably what they can do. Push in a little bit more, get Hyper that charge that he needs, and here comes the Ant Matrix. Just try to get more damage, put them off to the side. However, Helix is gonna fall. I mean, I've still been very confused by the Helix Doomfist so far just right now. I mean, yeah, Doomfist isn't bad on this map, but I just wonder if they want to put him on something else here.
I definitely think that the switch needs to come out from Helix. He's just not making the impact that I feel like this team needs to get over the hump, you know? You see
oh, here comes the grab dragon again! Oh, Cutler caught in the grab. Isn't able to find anything. It misses the grab!
Just barely. I mean, that has gotta hurt for Monger.
Oh no. Unfortunate, but still shaken off. They took the point there, and they were still able to do some damage. But Monger's probably not too happy that it wasn't his name in the kill feed.
One player that we just have to keep touching on is Hyper. This guy looks so flexible. He can play anything this team needs, almost to perfection it seems. He can't make a mistake.
Someone I will talk about is Lastard, though. We haven't really talked about it. Lastard on this Ana, he's been getting some really good antis and some really good sleeps off. Being able to just to pressure the team back. And, you know, just usually a lot of sleeps have been going on to the right heart, which has been huge. However, 2 picks are going to come out from the side of Shattered DPS. And Hyper on this Zarya is just looking so good. And looks like they're going to finish this map A little bit of
I swear, man, it's like they can hear us. Hyper heard us talking about Lasted, and he's like, nope, it's time to talk about me again. Like,
I swear. I mean, I'm pretty sure we have a delay on the stream.
oh yeah, no, it's a minute and a half delay. This man should not be able to hear us, but...
Exactly, and it's crazy. And here he goes again, getting the kills. The Shatter's going to come out. The grab is going to be there. However, a lot of ults are coming out. Both teams are finding picks on both sides. It could be anybody's fight. Helix coming up with the clutch, finds 2 kills. And man, he looks like... Oh! Munger gets booped off the side, and the beat's gonna come out. Right now, it's just the Lain in the back and the Doomfist here from the side of Shattered. Speaking of which, the Shattered comes out, doesn't really find anything. The beat gets canceled. Got canceled by the Shattered, I think. Oh wait, that's huge. However, a minute 22 left and a meter left, and they're just gonna get the hard reset.
Hey, this is crazy. A single meter left, and Yatse finally pushed them back on this defense. We're gonna have to see how far they can back this up.
I agree, and if they want to be able to have more time, they need to do something now, which is why I think they switched over to Moira so they can get that coalescence off. And they almost have another grab, so grab coal could be what can...
You see, the interesting thing here, we see a Mei coming out for Prieta here. They are really looking to be able to just stall out here.
I mean, yeah, if they win this map, which is going to be huge. However, here comes the coalescence. The Immort's going to come out the grab. As I mentioned earlier, the grab coal, and lots of picks coming out. The Ryan is going to fall. Helix finds 2. What a fantastic grab from Hyper. The Wall's going to be there just to try to be able to stall out for a little bit longer. However, they're going to have less time as they attempt to cap this map. Or cap this point. The ball's going to be
honestly,
here. And now
I don't think they'll be able to. Oh, maybe.
Maybe they do have the Wrecking Ball just to try and contest it a little bit longer. And I mean, the stall heroes are going to work. We see the Tracer and the Sombra come out. They're going to try to do whatever they can. However, I don't know if it's enough just to be able to take it. With the stagger, the map is going to get hacked in the back, but it's really not going to do much as the Sombra falls. And we are going to go to OT. I think if they can contest to OT, I'm pretty sure all they need to play for is 1 pick, yeah. And they do cap the point. However...
Just like that.
They're going to have a minute to attack. But what a fantastic defense there from Yatse. They're finally getting what they need to come back, and it's just looking so good for them right now.
I definitely think we're seeing... This is by far the closest map we've seen so far. We're just going to have to see if both teams can hold up and continue to put up the fight.
I 100% agree. I'm just curious what we're going to see attacking and defense-wise. Like, I mean, I'm sure we're going to see Ryan Zarya again. It's a staple on King's Row. But depending on what they commit to, yeah, it's kind of figured that's what they were going to play again. I mean, hey, it worked. The Doom and the Hanzo. And, I mean, I think Helix was finally starting to get more kills on that and more utility out of that Doofus, but it just wasn't enough to, you know, get them to cap with more time. So...
Statistically speaking,
yeah.
I usually get most of my team back alive, but who's counting?
One thing I want to touch on is, I mean, honestly, we hadn't seen Monger on the Hanzo at all so far, but he came up huge in that last round. Just absolutely came in as a key player.
100% agree. His Hanzo skills have been very good. Granted, one of them was hitting Q into people standing still. But true. I mean, hey, it worked. He got the grab, got the dragon out. I mean, he's able to get that dragon very in a very fast time. So, I mean, this is what they need, especially with the Storm Arrow. They're going to speed through, immediately through Hotel. However, the Reinhardt is going to get walled off. The Immort is going to come out and start immediately finding Yatsecua. And oh my god, Helix finds 2. Oh, this is huge. They immediately rushed on it. I mean, that's the point of a rush comp. You take the point as fast as you can, and they're struggling to kill this Lucio. He's just wall riding everywhere. And, I mean, yeah, that was a very good offense from them to be able to take this first point. And I don't think, if I'm Yatse, I don't want to recontest here. I want to regroup, make sure everybody has quick spawns, and be able to hold the defense here.
I 100% agree with you. If I'm Yatse, if you go running back in here to try to contest this, the only thing you're going to do is just stagger your timers even more.
Exactly. And we are going to see the overtime come here soon. One person on the cart, and I mean, this is all where it matters. They just all need to stay on cart, and they have to play perfect Overwatch here to be able to survive. Helix in their backline, causing some chaos, lifts them into the air, is going to get taken out himself. However, we are going to see some Storm Arrows coming in, doing so much damage to that Reinhardt shield. Lots of healing coming out from both sides, and it's kind of a stalemate here. Wall comes out, doesn't find, isn't able to wall anybody off.
I definitely think this read is going to be huge.
Shatter! He doesn't get the Shatter, the huge Shatter comes out, finds 2, is able to push in on the side, Hypernut following up on the pick. I mean, yeah, that's what you need this high charge Zarya to be able to follow up on these Shatters.
I mean, Hyper and Helix are like a 2-man army right now, Monger. They're all just ganged up, making sure that they get as far as they can.
It's a great DPS duo, great tank duo coming out on both sides, honestly. However, if you look in the ult feed, we are gonna see a beat come from PluckyAlloy here pretty soon. But they also have Grab Dragon, so it's a matter of who can get the Lucio beat out, or even kill the Lucio and grab.
Honestly, they have Grab Dragon, Amp Wall, Meteor Strike. Like, I don't know if the beat from Plucky is gonna be enough to help them make it through.
Look
Here
what
it
they're
goes.
doing. The Grab Dragon
Just as we
comes
say
out,
that.
finds 1. I mean, hey, he finds 2 with it. The Ana backed out of it and backed into the grab. That's a fantastic play there from Shattered. And I mean, they still have beat and Doom ult here and a Shattered. So, you know, they're going to be able to do a lot here and just continue to push this cart further and further into overtime. And we've been seeing like actual team fights in overtime, which is crazy.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, Shattered is just continuously pushing it further and further in overtime. We're actually seeing these full conflicts instead of little skirmishes.
I agree. However, the Nano is going to go onto the Reinhardt. As I say that, the beat is going to be able to come out. Shatter comes out. Blue finds the Lucio. And man, that's not what you want. Oh no. Yatsecua falls. This is not very good. Hyper is going to find one. Helix finds another with the Doom ult. And my god, he gets punched out of the
I'm sorry, but just McCree steps out into the door with the high noon and just a fist to the face immediately. Helix said, not today, man. Like,
he's like, yeah, I can do it. I can hit Q. I can win. That's a lie. If it's like, haha, nope.
yeah. He's like, I can hit Q and win, and, you know, Helix shut him up real quick.
True. I mean, now we see why they've kept him on this Doomfist. He's been very good and hasn't been punished.
I say that first point, he was, or last round, he was looking a little shaky on the Doomfist, like he couldn't have much impact, but it's clear he turned it around here and just came out like a monster in this last overtime.
100% agreed. And I mean, hey, we're going to see the same comp come out for them on defense, and I think that's a smart idea. If you have this Lucio build up beat and be able to hold the defense strong, especially with Baptiste and Immort just being such a stupidly broken ability. I don't know why Blizzard put it in the game, but are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I do see what you're seeing. We're seeing Bastion Sombra coming out on this attack.
Symmetra, but
or yeah, Bastion Symmetra, sorry. I
mean, hey, TP Bastion can work. Might as well try it. No harm in not trying it, I guess.
Honestly, I'm not calling things too early, but I think Yatse's just kind of like, let's see what we can get away with.
Dang it, they switched. They are going to stay in the Sim though, which I like, but they don't have the Lucio. I'd really like them to stay on the Lucio to be able to speed the Reinhardt and the Symmetra in, but nope, they are going to switch off the Sim and switch to the McCree, which I think is the better pick, as we've seen Perro be so very good on that.
I say Perro's definitely been impactful on this McCree. Like, I think him swapping off here would be a huge mistake for them.
100% agree. We're going to see, as I say that, he dies in both their DPS fall, and that's not very good. There's a minute left ticking on the clock now for Yatse. And, you know, I don't know what I would do if I'm you. They're not very close to any ultimates. You just need to regroup and just try to push in. And as I said that, they switch to Lucio. See, they're thinking.
Yeah, it's just that they're just getting there a little too slow, in my opinion. I mean, they got 40 seconds left. They're feeling the pressure. This barrier's almost down.
Hyper! My guy! You're doing too good on the Zarya! With the headshot. My god. This team has just been so very good. Everybody has had such a huge impact from Shattered, and I'm loving it. FOSO, you're going to be switching to the ball. Yatse switching over to the D.Va just to try to be able to contest. We're going to see Preet go over to the far, you know, deal that damage, do what you can to contest in the air. Reaper's going to come out from the side, however, Morgan looking, Monger looking to deal a ton of damage. Reaper is going to teleport away. Hyper finds Preet, which is not very good, because you need that far there in the air. You need him to be doing all of that damage that you can. We're going to see Monger here with the dragon. He's going to come out.
Oh my
First
God.
by 2, the grab comes out, and the grab dragon even works on the baby diva, and it's not looking like a chance. Shattered is looking so dominant this game, able to take the match 3-0 here on King's Row.
3-0 in the match, 3-0, or 6-3 in the match, and then 3-0 in this series. I mean, could we have really asked for better play from Shattered today?
And here it is, the grab dragon, and this was just so clean. I mean,
This was
He put
incredible.
that right there. He's like, oh, hey, that's where you are. Shatter comes out from them.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when you're Ryan, you want to shatter just to try to push him away from the grab, but not if you have the twin dragons just spinning in your face. So yeah,
What a crazy stat here from Hyper.
and that was
54 high energy kills.
Oh my god, that was just so insane. But I mean, yeah, Shattered looking just like the dominant team today, and they really pulled up. Hyper, especially on the off tank, looking so fantastic.
I mean, Hyper just kept it together through every single scenario they needed him. Any pick they needed, he said, "Okay, I'll do it." Any alt, okay, I'm gonna hit it perfectly. Like,
Exactly. And I mean, it was just so good. We saw a lot of very good coordinated play from Shattered. They played for the Grab Dragon. They played for the Nanoblade, though the Nanoblade didn't work because the other team was able to pull it through. But I mean, I don't know what I was gonna say. I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna pull in here for some interviews. Our player of the match from Shattered Null is going to be, of course, Hyper, and I think we're going to get him here into an interview. A couple of seconds. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we're going to take a quick break, get the interviews ready, and we're going to be right back. So don't leave yet. And welcome back to the Peachimari tournament, where Shattered Null just won 3-0 against Yatse Y Peligrosos. And we are here with Hypernut from Shattered Null, the off-tank player. How are you feeling so far, Hyper?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, this team has come far away. This team has come far from when we first started scrimming to now, basically. And this is my team's first tournament we're in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's very, very good to see. I mean, you guys were looking very dominant, and especially you on the off-tank role. You were just so flexible, whether it came to the Diva, the Sigma, or the Zarya, especially with the Diva on Ilios. That was a huge 3K bomb we saw from you.
Thank you.
I mean, you just brought the clutch moments. I mean, anytime that team needed you to step up, you were there to do it. So, I mean, big props to you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I did have a question. So, I mean, you said you've been scrimming. How long has your guys' team been together, or has it just been just for this tournament?
Well, I think we've been scrimming for the past month and a half, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was I gonna ask? But if you have a question, go for it.
I say, did you guys really have a game plan coming into the series, or is it just kind of, hey, we're just gonna do what we do and see how it goes?
Honestly, we really did, because my team is really like competitive, and so they wanted to do everything they could to win. And so we've been scrimming the maps in the map pool a lot. So, and like even for the tournament, we had a practice scrim against our scrim partners, and it's funny enough, the maps that we played tonight were the maps that were played in the tournament.
Nice.
Honestly,
So
I don't
we
think
got very
turned out
lucky there.
Yeah.
Hey, exactly. And I mean, so like with some of those like big moments, especially that grab that you guys had on King's Row where you got the team kill. What was going on with you guys in the comms? I'm sure it's very hype.
Honestly, like our comms were very scattered and all over the place. So I was mainly the guy that was trying to keep everyone calm, trying to keep everyone like mentally like stable and not like panic and whatnot. So some of the grabs I had were good. Some of them got eaten. Actually, no, I don't think anything got eaten. Actually, no.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, I can't recall you losing a grab at all. I mean, all your grabs that came down just seemed great.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys just look so dominant, especially like the versatility between comps and players. I mean, we saw you swap in Akali on Temple of Anubis to play the Ashe and the double shield, and that worked very well. Your Sigma was fantastic. You had some very good fluxes, and I mean stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Me and Helix he's the captain of the team and also my co-manager.
Mhm.
We spent an entire day like working on who to play because we have a set tank and support lineup, but our DPS we have 3 DPS players.
Yeah.
So we've been working on who to play on certain maps and what to play. Like if you saw the Anubis push where we had Akali go and scout where we all stayed at the early like mega room, and then we rotated in when Akali hacked someone. Like we've been practicing that over and over again just to get it down.
And I mean, hey, it paid off. I mean, we had
Mhm.
the huge EMP, the 5-man, to be able to take the point on point B of Anubis. So
Yeah.
it just looked very well. We could tell that you guys have been, practicing in scrims, stuff like that.
I definitely think you guys look very clean. Your coordination overall was just extremely impressive. You guys it was almost like you always knew, like, hey, like we're going right now, everything just falls perfectly into place, and you guys get this huge like team kill. We're 4K, and just big props to you guys, and I wish you guys luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, and shout out to my team's supports. They did wonderful. Like even though they might be the unsung heroes of the tournament of the game, but they have my hearts.
Heck
Today.
yeah, love me a good support line. They were doing fantastic, being able to enable you guys.
Everyone did great.
Everyone did good.
And everyone on the enemy team did great too. I'm sorry I can't pronounce the name.
100% good.
Yeah, but they did well. They did really good.
and we're gonna be in. We're gonna actually take a short break. So thank you, Hyper, for coming on with us. Wish you guys luck with the rest of the tournament, and we're gonna take a short break while we prepare for our next interview. Welcome back from our short break where we have PerroespanTO from Yatse Y Peligrosos. Even though they lost today, you still have to highlight that this man had a very, very large impact on the team. So how are you feeling? I know you guys had that loss, but it was still looking very close on Kings Row. How are you feeling?
Bueno, le dijeron que cómo se siente, pues a pesar de que perdimos, saben que pues estuvo cerquita en King Row, ¿no? Que a pesar de que perdimos, piensan que usted fue el mejor, que se lució y bueno, que cómo se siente.
Joder. No, pues muchas gracias. Y que no, pues aunque esta vez no ganamos, vamos a seguir practicando y todo y para la próxima vamos a estar más preparados.
Yeah. He said that thank you very much for the compliment. It's a shame that we lost, but we've been practicing and we're going to continue practicing. This team has facing some problems with the roster several times, so it's complicated for that. But we're gonna still practice.
Yes.
I definitely think it's great to hear that you guys are still trying to push through the problems. And I mean, the passion's there, and I can see like flashes of brilliance. You guys are getting to the point where I feel like you guys are just about there if you just keep pushing. So like you guys had flashes of brilliance. They were great plays. You guys really have a plan on where to go from here?
Que si tenemos un plan después de esto, después de este, no sé si el partido o del torneo, pero pues que como que es lo siguiente.
Pues yo diría que practicar, seguir inscribiéndonos a torneos, tratar de mejorar y pues nada, ganar.
We want to still stay in several tournaments, practicing in scrims because we don't have a lot of that, and win the next time.
Heck yeah. We definitely see the potential in you, and I mean, we saw some. I mean, what were you thinking? Like with the McCree, because I know you had that huge Deadeye, and what were your guys' thoughts on like sort of switching over to having more of a hit scan role towards the end?
Que bueno, porque, o sea, lo que lo felicitan por lo de los Hainuns. Y que bueno, que nos hizo cambiar a Hitscam al final.
¿Cómo así?
O sea,
O sea, que al final, ¿por qué me puse Reaper?
no, al final porque se puso Macri.
Al final, pues porque es un héroe con el que me siento seguro y nada, o sea,
Okay.
creo que puedo mostrar mi habilidad con él.
Macri is a hero with I'm comfortable with, and I can show my skills with. So I talk with the team. Well, he talked with us, and we decided to change that role for Hitscan.
I mean, yeah, I can totally see why. And hey, it worked. You guys almost were able to hold on to that defense, and we saw you take a good chunk of percentage off on Ilios. I think just with maybe a couple things here and there, you guys could be a serious contender in this tournament. So
Yeah,
thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I definitely wish you guys the best of luck going forward. And I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. That is going to be it for tonight's game. Shattered Null once again is going to take the dub here, 3-0 against Yatse Ilios. And I mean, we're going to see you again tomorrow. So once again, I've been Rebel.
And I've been CaptainK.
Thanks for watching and have a good night.